The Big Hole River originates in Twin Lakes up in the mountains above Wisdom. And Lewis and Clark came up through, and when they hit the confluence of the Big Hole and the Beaverhead back in late fall that year, the Beaverhead actually had more water. So they towed their canoes up, but then eventually found the headwaters of the Big Hole because it makes a big horseshoe.
The Big Hole's a special river. It's one river that if you're patient with a dry fly, you'll be rewarded. For the most part, the landscape has remained intact, unlike some of the other rivers in the state. There's a great spirit of cooperation between the ranching community and the conservationists in the area.
This is my favorite river. It's the most dynamic river. You know, being a freestone, just nothing, no dams or anything. I grew up in the upper Big Hole, 10 miles south of Wisdom. We have a ranch, been in our family for 5 generations. Have a couple thousand head of cows down there, and got into fly fishing because I dislocated my shoulder so much riding broncs and bulls in high school, and had a few surgeries done. And it's fun. It's just a dynamic river, and the scenery is beautiful the whole way through, you know. From those meadows up high, and it's windy, and then you get into here where you have kind of a canyon, and then you get down low where it's windy and cottonwoods, and it's got a lot of different faces and a lot of different fish.
I have to give Blaine grief about moving to the fishing world because he totally has left the ranching, and he's a crazy extreme skier and a fisherman all summer, and the rest of his family's on horseback all summer moving cows, and he's out with a fly rod and proud of it.
Quite a few of the ranches here are still in the original family. I mean, my family homesteaded to the ranch here. My son will be a 5th generation, so I mean, that's what's unique about that. You know, there's a lot of big ranches here that the families are still there. The original family is still on the ranches, so that's not many places you can say that anymore. This summer they've taken the grayling off the endangered list, mainly, you know, because the ranchers agreed to, you know, to make that work. You know, let their water go when the river dropped, and allowed that to happen. So that was huge.
We want it to be like this for many years to come. So we want to preserve it.
When I was a kid growing up here, it was all agriculture. There was no fishing industry or anything. If you saw a boat, you watched it till it went out of sight like an airplane. It's a freestone river, no dam. It's not temperature controlled, and you have to learn to fish it at a different level every week. It changes a lot. The hatches are different every week, and the water flows. But come October, that's the best fishing of all.
Good morning.
Morning.
How'd you get the name Chick?
I was born premature. They put me in an old wood stove oven. And my brother says, there's a little chick. People use more water in the cities. Like California, look all the water they waste. All civilization crumbles. Just give them time.
Tell them that story about you and Evel greasing the train tracks over to Bozeman.
Yeah, we just oil the tracks. Trains get spin.
They'd grease the train tracks, and when the train would try and climb up over to Bozeman out of Butte,
Spin.
it'd spin out, and these guys would crowbar into a car. The key to preserving and saving this river is bringing everyone together and figuring out how to manage the water. So. Blaine is a neat ambassador from the fishing community to the home ranching community because he's got the credibility.
Out here during the summer when you get done guiding fly fishing, you need something to do, so go out and ride my mountain bike, think about hunting. Love living in the Big Hole. not a better place to be in this world.